वेलकम टू वीलर्न में आपका स्वागत है। वी आर कवरिंग मैनेजमेंट कंट्रोल सिस्टम्स, सेशन 4, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सेंटर्स। Topics covered are delegation and responsibility centers, the concept of responsibility centers, organization structure and responsibility centers, types of responsibility centers, establishing responsibility centers, performance evaluation of responsibility centers, the concept of responsibility accounting. Delegation and responsibility centers. जब भी responsibility centers को determine करने की बात होती है तो ये बहुत ज़्यादा dependent होती है कि what is the organization philosophy, which are the strategies which followed by an organization or the company concerned, and to a very great extent it is also dependent कि company concerned का क्या nature है, to which line of business it is catering to, and what is the size of the business, whether it is a small unit or a large unit, and what are the areas of operation, कि वो जो business unit है उसका जो domain है, to which domain that business is belonging. Now they may undertake delegations which are based on the functional responsibility. So delegation or responsibility centers, they are taken into consideration कि क्या functional responsibilities हैं. When we talk about functional responsibility, so there are divisions such as marketing or finance or production. तो इन functional areas में क्या क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं, उन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज के बेसिस पर डेलीगेशन दी जाती है. When we talk about functional delegation, बहुत सारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अथॉरिटी और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इट इज डेलीगेटेड जो हमारा फंक्शनल बेसिस है. मतलब क्या हुआ कि एक टॉप मैनेजमेंट हुई, वो जितनी भी अथॉरिटी या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है किसी काम को करने के लिए, दैट इज बेसिकली डेलीगेटेड टू द फंक्शनल हेड्स लाइक प्रोडक्शन ऑफिसर और द मार्केटिंग और द फाइनेंस एग्जीक्यूटिव. सो वट एवर अथॉरिटी coupled with the responsibility, they are delegated based on the lines of productions, lines of marketing or the lines of finance. To sum up, they are called functional delegation. Now there are product lines. So in some organization what happens, delegation जो होती है, it is basically dependent on the product line. This happens in a company where there are number of product lines available. So for every product there would be a single manager जो कि responsible होगा for the different functions. एक project manager हुआ, एक product manager हुआ, product manager A, and that product manager will take into consideration all the aspects, all the functions, be it marketing, be it finance, be it HR, and be it production. So here that single person is responsible for the entire duty performance, and likewise he is being delegated the authority and responsibility. कुछ delegations जो होते हैं वो based होते हैं geographical regions के basis पे. Why this is basically done? It is done for a simple reason, क्योंकि customs and characteristics of people or the market, they are very much considerably different from area to area. So each area, it has its own distinctive features, distinctive quality of people, distinctive needs of the people, and they have a very distinctive market scenario. तो उस केस में geographical delegation of authority and responsibility is basically resorted to. और जो पैटर्न होता है, it is basically followed by different companies that will help in determining the philosophy and leadership styles which are followed by the top management. तो एक ही प्रोडक्ट के लिए हर एक रीजन के, हर एक जोग्राफिकल एरिया के लिए अलग अलग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और डेलीगेशन अथॉरिटी की होती है. जोग्राफिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को अगर हम पिक्टोरियल समझें तो एक chief executive हुआ who is controlling the entire business, but yes, there are geographical boundaries. So one is catering to the domestic market and another is catering to the foreign market. And when we are talking about domestic market, it could further also be classified as western region and eastern region, or northern region and southern region. So each of these regions, they basically take care of their independent functional units. All the functional units are independently taken care of by each geography, each region. So when we talk about foreign market, so it could be the European markets and the Asian markets. They become the subset of the foreign market. Furthermore is the concept of responsibility centers. Why it is very essential? It is very much established that responsibility centers, they are very much important and an essential element in case of large organization. Because in large organization, then the chances of confusion arises, which work is owed by which employee, which member of the organization. So as the complexity of the organization grows, it becomes very imperative, it becomes very much required by the company to follow the concept of responsibility center. Here the responsibility center implies that each one in the organization knows what is required out of me. Which all roles am I supposed to play? Which all areas I can take the decisions independently? Which are the clear line of authority for me? So these are the areas which demarcate one's role with the other's role. So it also helps in avoiding any kind of duplication, any kind of confusion. Each and every member of the organization, each and every department of the organization, they clearly and very explicitly, they know what is required from them. Now this challenge of competition, it can be met by recognizing three principles. पहला जो प्रिंसिपल है वो है डेलीगेशन ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फॉर स्पेसिफिक टू सक्सेसिव लोअर लेवल्स ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ कि वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी जो स्पेसिफिक है टू वेरियस सक्सेसिव लेवल्स डाउन द लाइन इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इट शुड बी क्लियरली स्पेसिफाइड. देन सेकेंड इज it is a kind of motivation of the level of management to which a certain task has been delegated. One, because how it acts as a motivation, because once the task is achieved, it is recognized, because the sufficient amount of authority is delegated, now they become responsible for the success of the task. Since there are accruing appraisals for the success of a task, there is a sense of motivation. When we talk about measurement of achievement of the specified objective, yes, it is very much important. So delegation and responsibility centers, they are based on this. Because there are specified objectives, a person, a department, a unit, they are responsible to finish off with the task, and they are given the required authority to do the task. So it helps in measuring the level of their achievement. Now there are certain bases on which the responsibility centers work need to be evaluated. पहला जो basis है, it is comparisons with the budgets and targets. जितने भी responsibility centers हैं, like the production, the functional delegations होती हैं जहाँ पे, या फिर geographical delegations की हम बात कर रहे हैं, तो उनका कुछ budgets और targets जरूर सेट किए जाते हैं बिफोर द स्टार्ट ऑफ देयर वर्क. सो दीज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सेंटर्स, उनके जो अकम्प्लिशमेंट होते हैं, देयर अकम्प्लिशमेंट्स, दे आर देन कंपेयर्ड with what were the budgets and how far they were able to fulfill the budgets and achieve the targets. When we talk about the comparison among different divisions within the company, so when we talk about product line responsibility centers, for example, what kind of authority and responsibility were delegated to different units, and if similar kind of authority and responsibility they were delegated to, for example, product A category and product B category, then they become a very strong basis for comparison. How well both of the divisions independently they have done. What is the level of their excellence? How far were they able to achieve the targets? So the comparison becomes very much easier in that case. Another is comparison with historical results. क्योंकि हमारा current status क्या है, करंट डिग्री ऑफ डेलीगेशन क्या है और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सेंटर्स क्या है, वो हमें पता है, तो हमारे लास्ट और हिस्टोरिकल रिजल्ट से हम उनको कंपेयर करना बहुत आसान हो जाता है. देन कम कंपैरिजंस विद द इंडस्ट्री एवरेज. When we talk about organization structure and responsibility centers, whenever an organization is establishing responsibility centers, the existing organization structure, it must be properly viewed. क्योंकि एक जो स्ट्रक्चर है उसी के बेसिस पर ही any kind of responsibility and authority is delegated. Now, depending upon the structure, there may be changes which could be adopted by them. तो पहला चेंज क्या है कि responsibility for all the revenues and expenses एक identified और competent individual को ही assign करनी चाहिए एक organization के अंदर. Secondly, the accounting system should be modified so as to accumulate and report expenses and revenues on the lines of assigned responsibilities within the organization. Thirdly, a system of valuation which is based on the comparison of revenues and expenses of different responsibility centers. They must be pre-assigned target which should be established. Now, what kind of different responsibility centers are there? When we talk about these, the classification is done keeping in mind two factors. तो जो पहला फैक्टर है वो बेसिकली हमारा है the scope of responsibility assigned, and the second factor is the decision making authority given to the individual manager. तो कोई भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सेंटर जब हम बनाते हैं तो दो फैक्टर्स हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. पहला फैक्टर है कि कितनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एक इंडिविजुअल या एक डिपार्टमेंट, एक प्रोडक्ट या फिर एक रीजन को देनी चाहिए. और जो दूसरा फैक्टर जो कंसिडरेशन है कि उस काम को करने के लिए वट एवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हैज बीन असाइंड, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ अथॉरिटी with respect to decision making should be given to an individual. Now there are basically 4 types of responsibility centers. पहला जो responsibility center है वो expense center है and it is very commonly known as cost center or expense center. So it is basically a segment or a division of an organization in which the managers, they are held responsible for the cost incurred in that center. Here these expense center people, the managers, they are not responsible, they may not be responsible for the revenues. तो उस responsibility center में जितनी भी cost incur हो रही है, whatsoever is the expense incurred, the concerned manager is responsible for that. Another is revenue center. When we talk about revenue center, so they are primarily responsible for generating sales revenue. तो जो revenue center manager का है, he has control over the expenses of the marketing department. But इनका जितना भी कॉस्ट पर कंट्रोल है या फिर इन्वेस्टमेंट एसेट्स पर है, इन पे इन मैनेजर्स का कोई कंट्रोल नहीं होता. फिर आती है प्रॉफिट सेंटर्स की बात. सो दिस सेगमेंट इज बेसिकली हेल्ड रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर बोथ द रेवेन्यू एंड द एक्सपेंसेस. कितना कॉस्ट आपने इनकर किया है और कितना आप रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर पाए हो. So they are the people who are responsible for both the aspect. In case of non-profit organization, revenue centers are used instead of profit center because profit is not their primary objective. एक और responsibility center है which is called investment center. So they are the people, they are the center who are responsible for the profits and the investments. Here the manager controls the overall investment and the area of responsibility thus is called the investment center. There are certain characteristics of a responsibility and effective responsibility center. पहला characteristic है कि it is a clear defined segment of an organization. दूसरा है the designated individual is basically responsible अपने area of performance के लिए, या तो output produced by the segment or the inputs which are consumed by the segment. So that designated individual is wholly solely responsible for its performance. फिर आता है कि designated individual, he must have the necessary authority to discharge the assigned responsibility. Establishing responsibility centers, when we talk, easier said than done is the scenario. So establishment is not a very easy task. Secondly, कोई भी responsibility center को establish करने के लिए it must be very carefully planned and executed. Now there are certain steps which must be taken care of in the process of establishing a responsibility center. तो जो पहला है, it is the study of the organization. Structure is very essential. What kind of authority and responsibility relationship is flowing within the organization? That's very important. The second is each activity must be defined in a very descriptive form. Then comes evaluate the need for any reorganization which is required in the context of establishment of responsibility center. Then comes delineating the organization into various responsibility centers. Now, how does the performance evaluated in case of responsibility centers? पहला है कि after assigning the required authority and responsibility at the different centers, it becomes very necessary to undertake the evaluation of the performances. Now, example, for any expense center, it would be minimizing their cost, would be their motive. So all their efforts would be to evaluate how well the cost has been minimized. Then comes for a maximizing or a revenue centers, how well the sales revenue have been generated. Now there are types of centers as we have discussed. Expense center is one, another is revenue center, then comes profit, and then comes investment. Now there are certain control variables of each of these centers. When we talk about expense center, the control variables are prices and quantity. And in case of variables predetermined by top management, these are the prices and quantities of inputs and budgets. And the objective is to minimize the cost. And when we talk about investment centers, so price and quantities of inputs and outputs and investment. इसमें जो objective होता है, it is to maximize return on investment. Now the concept of responsibility accounting, it basically refers to that process जहाँ पे रिपोर्ट किया जाता है कि various divisional managers में how well they were able to do it and fulfill their responsibilities, और हर सेंटर की क्या responsibility थी. Then the responsibility accounting, it also implies that how well an individual should be responsible for those items or activities which they can control. There are two exercises. Why do organizations delegate authority and responsibility? Second, what are commonly used bases of delegation in organization and how do they differ? Thank you and have a nice day. Keep learning and relearning.